Is up, dudes? Haven't said that in a really long time. I'm just going live real quick, hanging out. Wanted to get people updated on things with City of Rot and everything else. Found out I couldn't get into the Patreon earlier this week. We had been locked out, and then I got the email from them that we can't do giveaways through the Patreon, so I had to remove all of the stuff from that, or mention of that from the Patreon on all the tiers and everything. So that's done now. The new episode from last week will be going up tonight because of all of that. Should be fixed now and everything. I talked with a rep there. That's all worked out. And then I've just been coloring City of Rot, keeping my head down, not really on social media too much other than to respond to people and say dumb shit. But City of Rot is almost done. I think I have like 5 or 6 pages left of colors, which are like they're all at varying degrees of done. It's just like adding details and things to them. Keeping with a fairly flat style with a little bit of texture and backgrounds and stuff to make the characters pop, but I've been showing it to Ryan and Jeff as I go and getting their approval. So I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. Not rushing it, but also trying to get it done in a timely fashion. While also flatting and coloring out the secret book that thanks to the printer now everybody should be getting a copy of, which is what we're figuring out this week. Got woken up by a phone call from the printer early this morning that I wasn't expecting. Instead of emailing me a quote back, they called me. We talked for about a half an hour. Got them all the exact specs. They had exactly the paper stocks that we wanted, that ideally we really needed. We wanted to hit those exact specs, and we got that. We're getting like final pricing and everything for a couple different print run sizes, and they're also compiling an InDesign template and everything for us. So we can't really fuck anything up with it, and it's just gonna go real smooth because that's the program I'm used to batching print PDFs out in. It's real simple. It's Adobe's thing, and it's what I have in house already. So it's going to work out. I know we're way overdue at this point. I still need to log back into the page and respond to a couple people and everything. I think we got a couple comments this week that I need to get to, but really the focus has been on getting the colors done and everything, and then just getting the book off to the printer in the next couple of weeks, because then I can get to everybody else's concerns and things. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to wrap up what I'm done with and get it off to the printer, because then I have a good 2-3 weeks of waiting around for it to come back from the printer, where I'll be able to address all those concerns and comments and things, and we'll be able to also get the commissions done, the 5x7s. I can finally print out the shirts and things for everyone. We got hoodies to print for the higher tier patrons. Excuse me. And I still need to assemble the Return to Camp Rainbow ash cans for all the patrons, which I already have a count and everything for that. So even if you lowered your monthly patron tier or anything like that, on the back end I can see how much you've donated over time, so I'm going off of that for how many copies of it you're going to get in the mail and everything. I haven't forgotten about you guys, so if anything, you'll get an email from me asking for your address and everything to send those out to you, and we're getting everything back on track this year. Jeff, I believe, just wrapped up or is wrapping up his work on Blood Realm. I don't know if he's going to pop in for this. I was just doing a quick stream before we record the podcast tonight. But he's wrapping up on Blood Realm, and then it's into Hellseekers, and we're gonna be cranking on that. I think once City of Rot's fulfilled and everything, we've been talking about doing a Voidwalker Collected Edition campaign finally, which that'll be. Excuse me, I'm still kind of sick. Rex Simonon, what's going on, dude? Sorry. Yeah, we'll probably do the Voidwalker Collected Edition, which will be ready to go to print immediately. Most likely just the first 4 issues and then some cool guest art and stuff like that in the back. We didn't want to put any like new short story or anything in it and sort of like feel like we're strong arming fans who bought the floppies into also buying the trade paperback. I don't know, maybe we'll change our mind about that. It depends on what people want, but we'll be doing that, and hopefully if that's popular and that raises a decent amount, we can put anything from that into to new issues of Voidwalker and everything. Because Christian's been a busy man working on a bunch of different books, like Ed Gein Demon Hunter, which is, I believe, still available on Indiegogo right now. So you should go grab that and check that out. I believe they're working through issue 2 right now. Him and Lucifer Storm, if I remember correctly. I'm dog shit with names, you guys know, but yeah, we'll be getting back to that, and then lots and lots of Hellseekers things in the months after that. Looking to do a couple of smaller campaigns that are like ready to go to print immediately and test out these this new pipeline we have going, and hopefully solidify a nice partnership with this new printer. Undead Dong Stream. Yeah, we're not getting that extreme tonight. I just got a little beverage. Oh, that's real strong. That's basically all whiskey. I brought a Coke here. Gonna make a nice Jack and Coke. Hang out for a little while. Wait for the dudes to roll through. Yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Secret Book is looking really cool. Screenplay is done, and that is up on the Patreon for anyone to read for $1. We're gonna have more stuff like that in the near future as well. Oh, here he is. What's up, buddy?
What's up, gays?
I'm just trying to remember all the like proper shit I need to update before we get goofy tonight. But I think we covered it. I think I covered everything at least. How have you been, buddy? Happy New
I'm all right. This week sucked.
Yeah, I feel you.
But it's all right. We're streaming. Who cares?
Yeah. This week sucked the big one. But this book is almost done, and now we have a printer. Ironically, printers in Florida too, which I was going to find out how close they are to you later this week when I talk to them again, because I thought it might be cool if you could take a trip there.
That'd be cool.
Even if I have to, PayPal you the gas money or whatever, if it's a ways away or whatever, I think it'd be cool to, if they're cool with that, for you to be able to roll up there, especially if we can get the fucking plates from them. Because that was something we didn't factor into the campaign, because the printer we had locked in before we launched was very iffy, and I had a bad feeling they were going to fall apart, and then they did. And
just personal trip.
Yeah, it would be really cool to also get those printing plates though, because then we just get the black line ones, which is essentially your line art, and we can put those up on eBay or something. And that's something that, as far as I know, no one else in like the CG community or comics in general does shit like that anymore.
What's up, Simonon?
Yes, hello, dudes. I forgot to, I haven't been doing live recordings in a long time, so I forgot to, tweet this thing out and shit. Right before I went live on here, too, I took all the giveaway stuff off of the Patreon. We'll probably still do it. We'll just do it on YouTube.
Rex says it's a map of the best toilet bushes in Northeast. What would be the best places to take a roadside pee in the Northeast?
Everywhere.
You gotta have favorites.
The world is my toilet.
Like a Wendy's bathroom tends to be nicer than McDonald's bathroom?
There's a
You know?
place on the way to Rhode Island to Musquamaket Beach. I can't remember exactly where it is because it's like a place we stopped when I was a kid all the time. I'm not even certain it's still there. I want to say it's more towards the Rhode Island end of things. Uh, but it was like right on the highway, this giant fucking green dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, that I just stroked out, man. I don't know what's going on.
No, I like it.
Dinosaur.
It's got flavor to it.
Yeah,
Dinosaur.
you're turning me into like some weird fucking Southern Creole guy. Uh, yeah, there's like this weird dinosaur that was like probably like 2.5, 3 stories tall, and I think you could like walk up its spine into it. Like it was like a staircase you could go up into it. Um, but that place had like a really weird, creepy, like it looked like a bathroom you'd get murdered in. But as a little kid, I was always like, those are the cool places. Like I've always been fascinated by
They
like the
have
new
neat holes in the stalls.
yeah the New York grime like cinema scene and shit like that, like Death Wish and old ass grimy movies that just look dirty as fuck. Uh,
And they
and
have fun needles to play with.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I loved as a kid. I was just like, this is nothing like where we grew up or everywhere like we grew up, depending on the area.
I remember when I was a kid, one time I was at the movie theater, and I wasn't thinking. I was probably like 9 or 10, and I was trying to go in the stall, and the door wasn't opening. So my like childlike brain was just saying, "Oh, it's stuck." And I just kept pounding on the door and like trying to smash into it, and then I could see through the crack that there was somebody in there. I'm like, "Oh shit, duh!" I just
Oh
terrified
man,
this person in the bathtub.
Scott's Tower in Holyoke, Mass. The whole tower already smells like a toilet. What's up, Jameson Hanning? Gamescape. Good to
Oh,
see you guys.
that's how Georgia smells when you go through
Yeah,
it. I don't know
dinosaur
what's up with it.
toilet.
It just smells like a fucking toilet.
Dinosaur toilet
No
could be
offense,
a really
Georgia, but
cool like crust punk band.
crust
Uh,
punk.
yeah, dinosaur toilet.
Dinosaur toilet's pretty
You
solid.
don't know crust punk, man? Just like the
Nope.
shittiest punk music ever.
Isn't that
I
all punk
honestly,
music?
I don't know enough about it to like tell you like a band. I just remember going to this. There's a fucking venue out here in Connecticut. I think it's just called it the Whitney House. It was like somebody's house that just got converted into like a punk venue, and it was an absolute shithole. And yeah, they used to have like crust punk shows there, and I'd just go there and get obliterated with a bunch of friends.
I
Like
think about you just get blown. I was like, holy shit.
no, it was great having like a bunch of punk straight edge friends because you knew you always had like a safe ride home.
Hmm.
You could just get like blackout. I was a reckless idiot. Like literally 10 years ago, a completely different person. I make jokes all the time. Like I don't know how Beth fell in love with me, other than she has like the worst taste in dudes ever. Uh, it's a miracle.
But wait, maybe she's the one girl that actually did what she said. Like, I can change him.
It's
And it really worked.
literally that, and she's like such a wholesome, good person that like it worked. But like on paper, it makes no sense that we ended up together. It sounds like something out of like a shitty like rom com. Like he was a dope addict from Requiem for a Dream. Like,
It's a modern Beauty and the Beast take.
he was going ass to ass for Keith David when he met her.
Beauty and the Beast by Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, right. Bret Easton Ellis's American Hobo. It's just I still have notebooks full of me murdering hookers.
Carrot Tops, Beauty and the Beast.
It's the same movie with more props.
It's a much
Yeah.
better movie.
Speaking of New York grime, if you guys haven't seen me retweeting the shit out of it on Twitter, what's it called? Lores and the Headshot dudes got Buddy Duress from Good Time, one of my favorite movies that I rant about a lot on here. Great New York grime acid trip sort of bank heist movie from the guys who did Uncut Gems, the Safdie brothers. It's the one that I tell you guys when you're all hating on Robert Pattinson to go watch Good Time and tell me that dude isn't a fucking fantastic actor. But Buddy plays a character I think his name's Ray in Good Time, and he's just like another deadbeat piece of shit dude in it, but he's like a real New York guy, and the guy is a fucking amazing actor. And they got him in Mass State Lottery for a small part.
That's
So
awesome.
now I can say I've worked on a fucking movie with an actor I fucking thoroughly enjoy. It's like, holy shit, this movie just skyrocketed in value. It's already from what little bits I've seen looks fucking awesome. I get to check out a rough cut of the whole damn thing soon. It's not like the what picture locked or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm not a film guy, but I get to see a cut of it soon in private, and I'm really excited for that. Um, I would not blow smoke up your guys' ass if it sucks. I'll be the first to let you know. I came and told you guys like the day after. I was like, I'm pretty sure I fucked up my part like immediately. So yeah, we'll find out. But I'd do the same thing with them. Like I wouldn't want like bullshit feedback and smoke blown up my ass for it. But if it were my movie, I'd want the honest truth from friends. But I think they've got a gem on their hands. Something real gnarly, and it's something that's completely their own, a complete guerrilla production. And
Would you say it's an uncut gem?
yeah, I admire that. It's an uncut something. What is up, Phoenix? Uh, Final cut. Yeah, the final cut of the movie exactly. Uh, it's gonna be interesting.
I'll be right back one second.
Um, I'm looking forward to it, and Buddy being added to the cast is really cool. I immediately told Lowres, I was like, "Fuck, man, it would be wild to get that dude like as a lead in an all-out horror movie, because he's just he's such a great actor, and just a genuine New York dude, uh, like a actor of a bygone time. We need a thousand more of him, while all different walks of life. I want fucking real actors back. Low-res has a knack for finding the good ones. Yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Don't want to get into too much because we still got the podcast to record later. Probably like 10 minutes or so. Don't want to keep Ryan waiting for too long. But yeah, we're getting stuff done. And then after I'm done with the podcast tonight, the last week's episode will be uploaded now that the Patreon stuff is handled. That'll go up. I'm already working on Gamescape. It's their movie Mass State Lottery. I'm not sure if you were in on the auction we did a while back or anything like that. We've had them on a couple of times. Hans is actually one of the headshot guys. He's one of the characters in the film as well. They all are sort of jack of all trade kind of deal. Have their hands in every sort of facet of the production, as far as I've gathered. I'm also trying to start being a bit more of their like go-to prosthetics guy. Really hoping their next one they'll want to do like an all-out horror movie, because I think that'd be rad and a real easy way to make their money back. But I think we're gonna be like the short film stuff I wanted to produce for the Patreon. We might be linking up with them to make it come to fruition and raise the production value a bit more than what I can do on my own with just a couple of friends. I'll have more experienced dudes to bounce ideas off and help crew the productions. Because I have a horror short I wrote kind of with them all in mind, which would be fairly easy to do, and it's got a great like a punchline creature It was originally going to be a short comic we were going to do with Padrino, and he got busy with Dwarves vs. Lions, which everybody should also go check out. Yeah, you got to check the Patreon more. The whole screenplay for the Copenhagen script finally went up on Thursday, I think. So that's up there now. You can read. It says the second draft. It's kind of like the first draft. It's not really completely edited, but I didn't want to keep you guys waiting anymore. I'm doing like a final pass on it in downtime between coloring, basically whenever the iPad needs to charge. But yeah, there's a draft of that up, and then I got a couple of shorts to write. But my main focus right now, like I said, is getting the books all colored and off to the printer, caught up on all the other extra rewards and things for everybody, and then what's called I got to get the finished first issue script over to Jeff for Hellseekers.
Yay.
You're like almost done with Blood Realm now, or are you completely done?
I'll be done probably this Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that batch you showed us last night was the rest of it or what. Did you hear anything from the people you sent it to? I haven't talked to them since like what, a week or two ago now. It's been a blur. I've been fucking sleeping really weird. I haven't talked to them since the last time I said anything about it, but I was going to send it out last night and then I didn't because I wanted to look through a final pass and get the feedback back from the dudes, and I was hoping Jeff and Ryan would have something to say about it, but I'm finding out they're both illiterate. No, everybody's just not as fast a reader as I am, I'm finding out, so I have to be patient. I think I put it out Thursday, so it technically hasn't even been out to everybody for a week now.
Yeah, I haven't been able to read it yet. I just haven't had the time to sit down and
I have to be reasonable.
Something.
It's like 83 pages, and like it's a pretty quick read, but it's still fucking like 83 pages. It's weird. I know I need to tweak some stuff already. I was like looking back on things. Is like there's a lot of bits of redundancy that I already don't like. So I'm like, there's things I got to tweak. But once I get feedback and everything from them, it'll go quick. Normally, first draft takes me a shitload of time, and then everything else just cranks. Patreon also has the Liberator.
Gamescape is Jewish.
Yeah, Liberator character sheets up on there too. And then once Jeff's done with Blood Realm, we'll be back onto all that, uploading the team there, which Jeff did the colors on that and everything. That was beautiful. It looks great, and I didn't have to do anything.
I thought it would just help delineate, just so you can make it, easy to understand what's what.
Yeah, it's a good baseline. I might end up having you send me the black and white just because I don't know how it'll adjust out for print and everything on the finals, but we'll be able to figure that out soon. I do inevitably, like we had talked, want to do the sort of like G.I. Joe file card or Marvel character handbook sort of deal, where it'll be like a printed book, most likely in volumes, because there's going to be a shitload of characters over time.
It's gonna be like Marvel, but not lame.
Yeah, with cold opens and things like that. Which is the exciting thing. Is like, man, I can introduce some D-list villain that's been in my head for 10 years as just like a guy getting his ass whooped at the beginning of an issue, and then segue into what the story is about. It's a beautiful thing, like having all these building blocks just waiting around to be used now, and then inevitably get to like weird throwback isolated issues we have. There's a mainline story and everything, but we have so many of these just like fun isolated, like maybe we're introducing a new hero or a new villain, like standalone stories. There's like the sort of cryptid hunting that
Stallone stories.
Yeah, right. That'd be great. We'll get him signed on Meyer style.
Yeah.
I think
We'll
Jeff
steal them
does
away
a
from
great
Meyer.
me.
The comic just comes with a MP3 of my voice just doing impersonations of Stallone reading the book.
Right.
And then the Liberator said.
Dude, that book should have made like $1 million. That was insane.
I remember texting you when that was announced, and I was like, holy shit, dude, this could be huge.
Yeah, I was surprised that didn't do the like bigger numbers. I was just confused. I don't know. Wacky
I didn't
shit.
get it. Did you get it?
Whoa! We're getting love from Russia.
Oh, shit.
This is gonna make my nose bleed. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I think we're getting raided.
Yeah, we're getting hacked.
I'm not reading that because, for one, I can't.
Your hacker glasses.
I don't know how to read, and it could be some kind of magic spell.
Put on your hacker glasses and pull out your dick.
I just watched Hackers literally like 2 hours ago. This motherfucker is hacking the Gibson right now.
And then silently he said to himself as the credits rolled, I'm gonna hack the world.
Hack the planet, dude.
Yeah.
Just me and Serial Killer.
Homo.
I fucking love that movie. No, the homo was Phantom Freak.
Of course you remember. Oh, you just said you watched it like
No,
2 hours
I did that.
ago.
I did that before watching the movie. I love that movie.
Of course you remember the words or the
I
names.
probably watched that
words
like every 6
you
months.
You remember all the words to hackers. You are autistic. Jeff's reciting the entire screenplay of Hackers again.
Open scene. Suburban neighborhood. FBI shows up.
Exterior. It's nighttime.
A child in bed. Guns drawn.
Hack the planet, they say.
Penn Jillette when he's still fat and funny.
Oh my god, dude. Now I'm going to have to rewatch that movie. How do I not remember Penn Jillette being in it?
Yeah, he was the security guy for the computer systems.
Oh, the other thing that I'm not really talking about because it's the slowest process out of everything and I know fuck all about what I'm doing. Mitch is slowly pushing me into doing the game stuff, and it's seeming like GZ Doom is going to be fairly easy to do something because there's not a ton of coding involved for what I want to do. It's basically the original Doom engine and like Doom 1 and 2. You can sort of do like sprite based.
You can do what you want to do.
Was it boomer shooters or whatever? Mitch is way more of a fan for this kind of stuff. I like the games. I just never gotten into very many communities at all. But we're working on some a small game that is involved with the comic stuff, and then there is one that is just a standalone thing that's going to be a much bigger project that is not going to see the light of day for years, most likely. I could be dead beforehand. And then I hope Mitch will steal the idea and go sell it to someone else. But if we can figure this one out, then the multiplayer game that me and Jeff had an idea for ages ago will be really easy to make.
That game seems sick. If you ever make that, that'll be the coolest fucking game.
Yeah, that is literally, it's such a fucking rad idea that I refuse to say it out loud in public because I'm like certain it will be stolen immediately. Like if word got out about it, it's such an obvious thing. I'm shocked it hasn't happened yet. And that is all we will say about it. Like, I wish I could, like, blow the devil to know how to make video games flawlessly so that I could just get that done now. If we had some insane budget, I would be hiring a bunch of Russian guys to put that together.
Well, there's one in the chat. We can ask him.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Vamred!
With his weird backwards language.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking...
It just looks like somebody fell on a keyboard.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of chairs. Boomer shooters, aka good shooters. I just realized Gamescape said Jizzy Doom too. GZ. I don't know
a job
what
once
it means.
I had a job once where I had to translate this logo into Russian, but there was no Russian font. No Russian version of that font, so I had to literally slice the logo up, like the American version, English letters, slice them up and make them into Russian weird letters like that. I don't even know what. I mean, how do you even do that?
Graphic design is like half like knowing what you're doing, and then half just bullshit like that. You're like,
It really is.
this might be cool. Like, a
I
lot
always
of
think it's like,
wandering in the dark.
and it's always dumb too. Like if you go to any job where they make you take tests and like
Oh
do
my
assessment,
god.
like skill assessments, there's
Papa
a
Kevin
million ways to
blesses the
do
chat.
anything. What up? What up,
What
Kevin?
about a game where you collect old people and battle them like Pokemon? Holy shit. Geriatric mon.
What about a game where Cuomo just jumps on old people?
They
Like
they
Mario
still
style?
evolve too, but instead of giving them rare candy, you just get old people into abusing steroids. So you have like jacked old men.
We already have that. I mean, like fucking Stallone and Schwarzenegger are still jacked. They're still on steroids. You never see like the old looking, the classic old person anymore. It's always some dude who's got like giant arms and like a full head of hair, but everything is just roids and implants and shit.
Totally sexable old men. Why
Just
don't
like
old men
bizarre.
look like you could rob them anymore? Why do they all look like they could beat me up?
They look like a young muscular dude, but with like garbage bags over for skin. Just super wrinkled.
Yeah, old men wearing young men's skin. Now that's a horror movie. What is up, Mitch? I was just talking about you and how we're going to slowly make a game.
Yeah, Simonon's right. He said, I blame Iggy Pop for that. It's like, yeah, there's a bunch of just Iggy Pops running around nowadays.
He's still alive, right? That guy's like invincible.
Yeah, he ain't going down.
You think he's the next Betty White now?
That would be great if in the future our Betty White is Iggy Pop.
Yeah, he just starts wearing dresses and being like a cute old lady everywhere.
Oh, he goes the opposite. He doesn't stay like the rock star style. He just like adopts Granny style.
Yeah, he literally becomes Betty White. It's Iggy White.
Changes his name.
Yeah, it's
Iggy
Iggy
White?
White or Betty
Iggy
Pop.
White? Or Biggie White.
Yeah, Biggie White. I like Betty Pop. That sounds like a porn name.
It does.
Yeah, no, he just stays Iggy Pop, and yeah, he lives to be like 100 years old. Old men wearing young men's skin. You mean Paul Rudd? Paul Rudd, you're an old soul. Iggy White. Yeah, I remember reading a thing about how Iggy Pop like proudly talking about his tour jeans, which is where he buys a pair of brand new jeans right before he leaves for tour, and then those are the only pants he wears the entire tour. And he says normally the last couple of dates on the tour is where like the pants really find their stride, and he breaks them in, and I'm like, oh my god, those pants should be burned. Burned, and then the ashes baptized with holy water afterwards.
I want to see him in a situation though where he's like in some small town and his jeans have gone so bad he can't wear them anymore, so he has to get jeans from like the local department store, but all they have is like FUBU jeans or something. Dude, or Jinkos.
We've seen like 2/3 of that man's body, and it's insane. Like, imagine the hidden third. Like how horrendous that is. Pants need to be touching that at all times.
What if it's just gorgeous? That's why he never shows it.
That would be crazy. Like him wearing those skin tight pants for years have just like preserved his legs and genitals and ass at like 20 years old.
He's got the balls of a 20-year-old.
Yeah, it's like the burning the candle at both ends, man. The outside is just aging at twice the age.
He's
twice
like,
the speed.
I burn my candle only one way.
Yeah. Oh my god. You can. It's like the circles on a tree. You can tell a man's age by looking at how chewed up his nipples are.
Ugh. Oh,
Ugh.
did you see that Kevin Hart video where he said The Rock has a forehead cover when he makes movies?
What?
He said The Rock has to wear a prosthetic on his forehead because he said, he basically made the joke that like wrestling is not kind on foreheads, which is true because if you know anything about wrestling, they blade.
Yeah.
And I could actually see that being true, that The Rock has to wear a prosthetic forehead
Oh yeah,
in
just
movies.
they call them like flats or something like that. I've been learning all about that shit. Yeah, it's just like a perfect copy of his forehead with no scars or anything in it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
That'd be
That's
hilarious,
why,
though.
like, you read about those guys that are like, oh, they're doing like a regular ass movie, and it's like they were in like 4 hours of makeup every day, and you're like, what? Like, are they a goblin before they go in? Like,
Have you seen that movie he did, Jungle Cruise?
no, no, I have
I
not.
I saw it. It's not bad. It's not anything special, but it's not bad. But it's just funny seeing The Rock in the role because he's supposed to be like kind of an Indiana Jones type, but he's so gigantic you can't really take it seriously. Like he looks like he's wearing like a child's sailor hat
You
the
you
whole
see
movie.
so much insane shit in like the opposite direction of the insane shit I watch, which is why I never feel bad when I ask you guys about dumb shit that I watch. I'm like, hey, have you seen this? Jungle Cruise. Damn you, Jeff. Isn't that like a Disney movie?
It is.
Isn't that one based on a ride too?
It is.
They really missed the boat on that. That's like
Man, you
10
get it?
years too late.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
clever.
that wasn't even trying to. Yeah, I don't think I will ever see that. I think we talked recently about how I miss the days of like the like mid-budget rock action movies. Like he did the was it Walking Tall or whatever
Mm-hmm.
remake like
Mm-hmm.
way back in the day, and they were always like kind of comedic. It's kind of like they were like figuring out the formula for his shit nowadays, but I think those were way more interesting and they were a bit grittier and
The problem with him in like a Walking Tall movie is like he's just too big and buff for that kind of role. Like, you have to be like a big burly guy, whereas he's like a big like shredded dude. Like remember
I
the
mean,
guy from the old movie?
isn't like Jack Reacher described as like his size?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that dude who played Thad on Blue Mountain State ended up playing him on the TV show. I haven't checked that out at all. That kind of
Well, I saw Zach review it, and he was saying like, you know, they finally cast the guy to play Jack Reacher that looks like Jack Reacher, and it sucks.
yeah.
And that was actually
Oh, so
better
it
with
does
Tom
suck.
Cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah, he said like he's just too big. It's just like when it's Tom Cruise, it's like he's using his wits and his skill and all that kind of stuff. And this just looks like a big dude who's just bullying people.
yeah. No, it's literally like me like showing up at Comic-Con and just like beating a bunch of people up. Is my whole thing was like Tom Cruise just knows how to make an interesting character and a fun movie that will
That movie's
like
great. I love that movie. Well, the
hold your
first one.
interest. Oh, I like them both.
I didn't like the second one. I love the first one because the first one had Christopher McQuarrie directing it.
Yeah.
So it has that fight scene, in the bathroom. I think is one of my favorite fight scenes of the last decade because it's just such a mess and like these two
Yeah,
dudes are trying to annihilate him and they're beating each other up in the process.
yeah, it's great. And that's what I mean is like it's a little more believable there where I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that dude like Thad size, which is like a dude my height who's like 100 pounds more muscle, just like ready to murder. Like I don't know what you can put him up against that isn't just like freakishly gigantic guys.
Yeah,
That's gonna be like oh no, now he's really screwed. Uh and then he's just like every gunfight he's gonna be a giant target, so you need to have that guy like trained up like really believable, so like
you
all
can't
the
even believe that he can fit his figure in the trigger, the
well
trigger
yeah, all the
guard.
military guys that are watching it are gonna be very very aware of that kind of stuff. uh Fucking like if the dude's just like standing out in the open in gunfights and he's a fucking giant whiskey barrel of a man, it's kind of like what the hell.
Just a
He's
bullet sponge.
I forget what he is exactly. Isn't he like military police or something originally?
Yeah.
He's something fucking weird. But yeah, it's weird. And then I can never see that dude as anyone other than Thad in Blue Mountain State, which was like such a ridiculous show. If you've never seen that, I would say go check that out. It's fucking hilarious, and it's a great football show.
He's Army CID, Mitch says.
Okay.
CID's nuts.
Yeah. Child identification.
Oh, God.
Show me your kids!
He's going to Epstein Island.
Not your hands, I said your kids! Yeah. I don't know. It just... The show also, the trailers I saw for it had like a weird vibe to them and everything, and I'm like... I know he's supposed to be... He's like an angry, kind of sad, bitter guy in the books. I think Tom Cruise did a better job of like making that interesting and still making an interesting movie instead of just like an all around fucking bummer at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what the trailers for I think it's like an Amazon show. It's what the trailers for that looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably wrap this up and go get Ryan for the podcast. I went like 20 minutes longer than I thought I would. Also, me and you gotta fucking record that movie podcast soon.
For all the movies that came out like months ago.
Yeah, right. We'll talk about...
Hey kids, you want to talk about Avengers?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one that we announced, Halloween Kills, because we made the mistake of announcing it, and then we'll just get into other fun movies we want to talk about. Like a really fucking ridiculous one I'm gonna send you soon. Yeah, I'm known for my long quickies, Simonon. All my books are longer.
It's a Midwestern goodbye.
Yes. Thanks for hanging out, dudes. We gotta jet, record that new podcast, get last week's episode up for you guys, and then I gotta get back to coloring comics. But thank you for hanging out with us. And
they're just coloring books. We tell them they're comics.
Yeah, thank you for backing us, and thank you for being so patient with everything. And we'll be getting it out to you guys very soon.
Hold on, I missed that from Adam Warlock. That's a great one. That was The Rock's real forehead from that one Star Trek Voyager episode.
Oh my god,
that was great.
Excellent, Adam Warlock. Right. I don't know if I said hi, but what's up, dude? See you guys later. And Mitch, we got to get cracking on that game. Take it easy, dudes.
Later, dudes.